Danger Zone Craps. CK Danger Zone. Alright guys, welcome back. Just walked in. We got the view set up for you, so this way you should be able to see, I think, should be able to see the hand action on this power, on the power stack. I think so. Let's try to scoot this down just a little bit, I guess. Try to turn this in just a little bit. Capture that. Okay, guys. Hey, settle down, guys. Settle it down. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on muscle memory. We're going to test this muscle memory. And I've got a video I didn't realize I had on my phone. I forgot. And I need to release it. It's only about 8 minutes long, guys. Just a little short ditty. Welcome, everyone. And, you know, giving you a little bit of insight as to, you know, how I get my practice rolls in now. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, you know. Not the biggest roll or anything like that, but you don't have to have the biggest roll to make money. You know, you gotta be smart about it, and you gotta know how to roll. But yes, we're going to use that same set we used earlier. Same one that's set up there. Should be able to see it. It's captured. Hey, get out. I got the kids here. No music. Just walked in. No, cold. Just packing a oneie real quick. Just packing a one, and we're gonna get it going. Okay. Got our mask here. All right. We use that same set, guys. We use that same set. And purpose of this video, like I said, is testing your muscle memory, because I've come to the realization that I feel like short intervals might be a little bit better. Short sessions. Short sessions, I believe, might be better practice sessions. Depending. I'm still working on that philosophy. Okay, so we're using the power stack earlier. We're going to use the same one. 5, 1, 6. 5, 1, 6. Power stack. Six, 3, 9. A little flippy there. Yeah, but short intervals, guys. I'm starting to think about short intervals. Hour's fine, I guess. But if you're really working on something, it has to be at your discretion. But I think that overall, you want to have shorter intervals. Shorter practice sessions. Myself, kind of like if you do. It's kind of like a problem. 6, hope, 6, hope. So it's like if you have, let's say, a problem that you're trying to solve, okay? It's best to spend 20 minutes on that problem. 20 minutes on it or whatever, and if you can't get it figured out, move on. Just go away from it, for a little bit, switch to something else, then come back to it. You know what I mean? Give your brain a break for a second as far as that, because your subconscious will still chew on that. Okay? It'll still chew on that, so still be thinking about it. So in relation to dice controlling, your muscle, because you're programming. When you're throwing the dice, your programming. You know, either you're programming good or you're programming bad. You know, you preferably want to be programming good. You know, that's what we all want to do. And that's why, you know, it's always good to have the shorter sessions. You know, when I first started, don't get me wrong, I had the sessions where I was rocking out for hours and hours, and I still rock it out for hours times. But my hours are, you know, compounded, you know, over the course of the day. You know, it's not all in one session. So I never really thought about it, but you know, it has increased my rolling tremendously. That's what I do. I don't just spend, you know, all my time sitting there at one time on the table. You know, although I still will put in time. You know what I mean? You know, where I'm sitting there rocking out for an hour or two just because I get geeked. You know, but for the most part, no. You want to take it short little intervals. So that way, 5, 3, deuce, 5, Cadillac. You know, that way your brain can, your subconscious can chew on what you're doing. You know, what you've programmed into. I'm just speaking, you know, from experience, guys. You know, not just this, you know, but from other things, you know, like lifting weights and things like that. So I understand muscle memory. You know, and that's what you're doing. You're allowing your body to really, you know, rely on muscle memory more instead of beating yourself up, and then you're wondering why you're slumping. Well, it could be because you're putting too much time in at one time. You know, it's not too much time overall for the day, but at one time it is, because you're starting to get, you're experiencing burnout. You know, you've already hit your peak for what you're going to be rolling for that session. 6, 3, 9. You know, you've already hit your, you know, your, because I think you have like peaks in your session also, and I'll go into that another time, but I've got some philosophies about this rolling here, guys. You know, so don't worry, we got a lot of material coming in. It's okay, and we're just starting to peel off the surface a little bit. So, where was that, guys? Shit. So yeah, you want to, you know, start trusting your muscle memory. You know what I mean? And that right there, what I'm telling you, will, I'm sure, help some people out there that have been practicing and they've been on the table too long at one time. They need to just, you know, ease back and let, you know, trust their muscle memory. 3, deuce, 5. You see what I mean? It's not like you're easing back. You're not easing back at all. You know, you're not easing back at all. You're just actually taking a break, you know, doing a more scientific approach, allowing your muscles to absorb what you did, you know, while your brain is connecting with it, because your subconscious will be working on that for you. And this is, you know, how I'm able to roll how I roll right now, guys. These are things I do. You know, I'm just passing along to you. So short bursts, so, you know, like in between commercials, you watch, you know, if your table's in the house, that kind of thing, it's a little funky. 6, ho, 6, ho. I say it was funky because it was on this side. You know, with this throw, by the way, with this stack grip, you know, I want to keep the dice over here on this side of the, like if you have a metal line right here's the metal line, I want to keep them on the opposite side. I don't really want them on the right hand side. You know, I haven't explored into it too much as to why it does what it does, but I mean, it's just, come on guys, there's so much to this, it's ridiculous. You know, but I know that it's not happy times for CK. I'm gonna throw over there. So that's another hard 6. 6 there. 5. So that's what I do, guys. I throw commercials. You know, that way you can give yourself a break, also. You know, and it helps you to avoid burnout. And it makes you excited. You know, you're excited. You know, your passion's there to come back to the table instead of go to the table. Easy. 6, deuce, 8. A little kiss. You know, I didn't like that kiss. But and it was over here a little bit. I caught talking a little bit on that one. Yeah, so you know, you keep your passion. It's not like, you know, it's like, oh man, I want to get good, but you're like, you know, I gotta put this work in. It sucks because you do have to put the work in. You know, I mean, you do have to put the work in, and you know, there's no way around that. You know, we're not gonna be able to get around that, guys. We got to put the work in. Okay, so and that's okay. But I'm just telling you, you know, a way to maximize the work that you're putting in. Do the short sessions, like I'm telling you. 5, 3, 8. Repeat it. Okay, so it looks like we just drilled the inside there for our 10 guys. Just drilled the side. It's just another little session. Showing you this session, my after work session. You know, we just throw the 10. You know, that's all we do. Ain't no sense of, you know, beating a dead horse. But I wanted to talk to you because this is important about, you know, having short sessions. You know, and you know, if you don't have short sessions, you need to start working in short sessions. You know, I mean, trust me, okay? So, we won't beat a dead horse, but that's what you're going to want to do. In between commercials, you know, I'll come out here, not always, you know, I'll give myself a break, like I'll have good, it's just, it feels good because a lot of times I'll come and I'll just start throwing like this. This is the first time I've had the dice, you know, second time. First time was before work, you've seen it. This is the second time I've had the dice, so there hasn't been a 7. I haven't thrown a 7, so I'm still going for the last one. You see what I'm saying? Because I came back from my part-time, I came here, I just changed my my khakis into sweatpants, and I put my slippers on. You know, I like to throw in slippers because these slippers actually put me around the same height as when I throw. I'm just telling you, it's just a little detail, guys, you know, that some people overlook. You know, you got to maintain, throw it, try to have the closest to those conditions as you possibly can that you're going to be throwing in the casino. That's what you want to have. What are you eating, boy? What are you eating? Huh? You better quit chewing on that. That's my coat, dude. Come on. Come on. You're right. You stretch all you want. So, yeah, so that's what we done. You know, that's what we did, guys. So that's what the purpose of this video was about, muscle memory. You know, man, we're going to hammer that, guys. We're going to hammer that. We're going into something new. Where the crap's underground. You know what I mean? Google doesn't like giving us the views that we should have. You know what I mean? This is some new stuff. You know, we're going to be bringing it. And we are bringing it. You don't hear too many people talking about that. You know, really going in depth about the muscle memory. But it's important, though. It's key because you got to learn to trust it. And see, once you learn to trust that muscle memory, you know, you're really going to, I mean, and what I mean is if I'm at the casino or if I'm here by myself, I'll pick up the dice and just start ripping. You know, and my concentration and focus is like laser, right? It's laser. That's another reason why it's good to do the short ones, because see, once you know, get to hour, 2, 3, whatever, you're sitting there at one time, because you want to get the time in. That's fine. You want to get the time in, but try to just, you know, over the course of the day, have it, you know, build up. You know what I mean? It's okay to put an hour or 2 in, whatever you want to do, but I'm just saying that, you know, when you start, you know, getting into those 20-minute, half an hour sessions where it's like you're getting 1 or 2 turns with the dice, because that's what you're simulating. You're simulating coming off cold, grabbing the dice, and seeing what you can do. You know, 1 or 2 times. Your first time is, you know, whatever. You're just seeing what's going on there. Your second time, what it could be is, your first time, you're just finding out where the 7's going to come at. You know, you're still going to roll, but what you're going to do is make an adjustment, you know, after you 7 out. So that's why, you know, you'll probably keep twice with the dice. Or unless you roll like a 30-something, 40, whatever. Because any more now, I just, you know, I'll roll like, you know, 20, low 20s, 30s. So I really roll some silly stuff off video. You know what I mean? It's really silly. You know, you can imagine it's easier. You know, we don't talk and all that kind of stuff. Videos. You know what I mean? You gotta yell at the dogs to keep them down a little bit, so they're not, you know, messing up the background of the video, all that happy stuff, barking too much, that kind of thing. So that's what I've done, guys. I've learned to rely on my muscle memory. Any great fighter, any great athlete is going to know this. Because see, what happens is, once you develop your muscle memory, what you need to do is then allow yourself to just be. Meaning, well, for instance, I'll say for me, right? So how do I allow myself to just be? When I'm rolling the dice, I try to grab the dice and grip the dice the same way every single time, and throw them, release them the same way. I try to grip the same way, release the same way, like everything. My setup and everything I want it all to be the same. All that's the same. Then throws, and that's how I get repeaters. But when I do that, I start to slip into a zone because I'm so focused on gripping the dice the same way each time that I slowly start to slip into like some kind of trance. I'm just telling you straight, guys. I'm just telling you straight. I don't know if you can call it a trance or what, but you know, it you know, where it's like there's no thought because you're doing the same thing over and over, and all it is squeeze, you know, squeeze, stack, you know, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Squeeze right here. Make sure the finger placement's the same. Finger placement's the same. Squeeze the second finger in. You know what I mean? It's like the same. Dice flat, dice flat, dice flat, dice flat. You know, release it. You know, the same thing every single time. 8, 5, 3, 8, 5, 3, 8. Okay, was that a 888 right there, guys? I think that was a 888, but you get the point, though. See what I'm saying? You get the point. That's just muscle memory, guys. That's muscle memory for you right there. Okay? That's muscle memory. That's all I'm thinking when I'm stacking these. You know? Setting them up. You know? I'm thinking this particular grip. What I'm thinking on this grip is... Because each grip I'm thinking like the similar, same kind of thing. But this one, I'm thinking, okay, finger right here, not all the way down. Not all the way down. Second finger, squeezing on it. Whole hand. See? Flat like this, keeping it absolutely flat so that way I can let it rip like that. You know, so that's all I'm thinking is doing that the same every single time. You know, just like redundantly. Then after a while, after so many throws, it's like you're thinking of it, but then it like kind of, it just happens. It's not like you're consciously thinking about it. It's like you're now in some kind of like zone because you've been focused on doing that and doing that and doing that so long, and then boom, next thing you know, you're slipping into a rhythm and a zone. That's where you want to be, baby. CK Dangerous Arm Craps. Hope you guys like this video. Looks like that's a little bit bright, and I hope I didn't mess that up. Go down a little bit. Thought I had it down a little bit there. So that's what we did, though, guys. 555, 666, 888, 999. So we had 11 all inside. So what we did, though, guys, remember what I'm talking about that muscle memory. Okay? In between commercials, come on out. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be every commercial, but you'll notice when you stay away from the table, you'll start to get built up. And that's good, man. That's good to get built up because I guarantee you, for those of you who are really wanting to get slick, you see the videos, Dangerous Arm, both, or you see the ridiculous rolls, I understand. You want to get sick. That's why I put in the time, you know, to get dangerous. And that's okay, but I'm just telling you something to help you along the way faster than I had, because no one was there to tell me, so I'm there to kind of tell you, reaching out my hand to you on this one. You hear what I'm talking about? Reaching out my hand to you, letting you know, hey, you don't have to do all that. Allow your muscle memory to kick in and really take effect, and let your rolling absorb. Let it register. You know what I mean? Let it register. Just think about it. You know, this is no different than like, you know, solving, you know, high-level problems and things like that. You have to walk away. You have to allow because once you work on it so hard and you're so focused on something, working on something so hard, it goes to your subconscious. I'm no, you know, psychologist or anything like that. I just only know a little bit, but I know it goes to your subconscious. Your subconscious starts working on it. Okay, so you don't have to sit there and focus all hard on it like that. You know, you just need to go to the table and eat a little bit at that point. Just come back to it. Come back to it. You see what I mean? Revisit it. Then he'll lock it in. You see? Because once you go away from it, you're still thinking about it, but it's subconscious, not your conscious. See, you consciously, I'm eating now, but subconsciously, since you were working so hard on that, it's now, hey, is that my coat? Hey, hold on, guys. I'm going to kick y'all's ass. Get on. Man, I'm going to kick these dudes' butts, man. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do with these guys, man. Little rascals. I love them, though, man. I tell you, they're going to be some good protectors, little rascals. They're about 30 pounds now. When I first showed them, they're like 10, 11 pounds. They're like 30 now, so they're some big dudes. I mean, they're, you know, probably, I guess, like that long now. You know, long legs. Stand up. Legs are like that tall now. So long, guys. So anyway, though, but the muscle memory, though. So you walk away, you come back. You don't have to throw every commercial, but I'm saying, like put in some time. Like put in some time, okay? Like I'll just suggest this to you, right? Put in some time, like hour, whatever, like you smash it, walk away. You know what I mean? Walk away, let it be for a little bit. Hour or two, whatever it might be, half an hour, I don't know. Whatever it might be, don't pound it. Probably let it be for like an hour or so. And then once you let it be, you'll start getting built up again. Build up again. You'll start to feel the passion and things like, ooh, that's nice. You'll come out and just grip the dice. You'll say, hey, what do I want to work on? What was I working on earlier? Let's try that dice set that was working earlier. And test your muscle memory just like I tested here. Okay? Because I'll walk away, like once the video's off, I'll finish rolling, whatever. I'll roll again, finish my roll, and typically what I'll do is I'll roll once or twice with the dice simulating as if I had the dice the same at the casino. That's all I'm doing. So I'm just telling you something, guys, passing it on. Hey, just pass it on, guys. CK Dangerous on Craps. This should help you out a lot, and it's going to help out your average. Okay, it's going to help out your average because you're going to start noticing better practice sessions on the shorter level. With what I'm talking. Once you start doing what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm sorry I got choppy because of the dogs, but I'll revisit this and bring it back, tell you a little bit clearer, articulate a little bit better. That's what you want to do. So what I'll do later on, whatever, I gotta go to the store, do all this kind of stuff, whatever. Then like just that, I'll go to the store, then I'll come back and I'll grab the dice. You know what I mean? First thing, like I'll go clear away and I'll come back, grab the dice. I'll get another little quick session and I'll try to have the dice like once or twice. If I 7 out quick, which typically doesn't happen, it can be like 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, something like that. I might adjust them and then go, okay, let's see what's going on here. And I'll either think mentally, let's go for, my regular average kind of thing, or, just see if we can make a dice adjustment and make the monies, okay? That's a word for you guys. That's a lesson right there. It's a huge one right here. This is huge, man. I'm telling you, this is huge. This is how I'm dangerous. And when you go in a casino, don't think about it. Have all your shit together. Rely on your muscle memory. Remember what I told you. Practice thinking about just gripping the dice the same, releasing the same every single time, and trust me, after a couple rolls, you'll start slipping away. You know what I mean? You'll start slipping away into the roller within you, and that roller will come out. I'm just trying to help you guys to bring that roller, that other side out of you, so you can do what you're seeing here, so you can do what you see Dangerous Arm doing, or what you can see what we're doing here, and you can also see what Bone Thrower's doing, because he knows about it. Believe me, he knows about it. Oh yeah, he knows about it. Believe me. Okay, we haven't talked about it, but I know he knows about it. Okay, he's super duper high level. That's how you get high level. That's how you throw 50s, 40s, 30s, 60s, 70s, 90s. You know what I mean? That's how you throw for an hour. You get in a rhythm and you throw the same every single time. Like you do the same shit, and you don't think about it. Just like when, I'll leave you with this, guys. Here's what I'm talking about. Here's how serious I'm talking about this with the dice and not thinking about anything but just those minute thoughts of what's critical. And letting it be, allowing yourself, your training to take over. If you were going to squat 1,000 pounds, okay, or 800 pounds, 700 pounds, you're just not going to get underneath 700, 800 pounds, 1,000 pounds, just boom, like that, without being laser focused. And one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to be thinking about, am I going to tear my knee? You're not going to be thinking about shit, because if you are, you don't fucked up. Excuse my mouth, but you did, because you're not supposed to be thinking. That's a lot of damn weight. You got to get underneath that weight with high level focus. High level focus. Okay? And you got to let the other side come out. It's called getting up. We call it getting up for weights. You know what I mean? I'm trying, kind of tell you that kind of thing in relation to rolling the dice. You got to get up in your mind. And the way you do that is you train and train and train and train and train. You do your small intervals so that gets absorbed. Hang on, I'll be right there to let you out. Sorry, guys. That way that gets absorbed into your subconscious absorbs it, goes into your muscles, then you come back, you keep having better and better sessions because you're getting more absorption instead of burnout, and you're having your passion, and you're throwing better. I mean, everything goes up. You're throwing with passion, You know, you're excited about rolling because you're not feeling from being burnt out from sitting there for 3 hours at a time where it's miserable. It's really feeling fun. That's what you want. You know, you go to the store, you come back, you pick up the dice, see where you're at. You know what I mean? Fill it out. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Try that, guys. Try that. That's a lesson for the day. Remember, you're not going to get underneath no 1,000 pounds thinking about it. You're going to have to be trained up to be ready to get underneath that weight. Everything's going to have to be strong. Hips, lower back, your abs. Let's say if your body's strong enough to lift 1,000, right? Are you able to let go in your mind? Can you let go in your mind about the fact that you might tear your knee off with one slip? And that weight could come down right on your body in case if the spires don't grab it, they could come down on you. I've seen that in the big meat before. Came down on dude, big weight, like 900 something. It was a world meet. So I'm just telling you, it's something to think about, man. So I mentioned that squat analogy because it's that severe. You know, you're not going to get underneath big weight. You know, first you got to be strong enough. And there, all your, you know, your whole body has to be strong. Abs, you know, like your abs, your lower back, your hips, glutes, you know, hamstrings, calves, you know, everything, you know, upper back, like everything has to be strong. So, you know, to relate that to the dice, your fundamentals need to be strong. Your training needs to be strong. Not just practice sessions, but your training. Because what you're doing is you're training yourself to go into a zone once you get to the casino and you let go and you just do what you do. And you throw the dice. And you allow your body to do what you've trained it to do. And you get out the way. And then you're going to find out what this is really all about. Big money. C.K. Dangerous Arm Crabs. Appreciate your time, guys. Sorry it went so long. It's a good lesson, though. Watch half and watch the rest later. See you next time, guys. Remember those short sessions. That's going to help you out tremendously. Watch it. You watch. You watch your average go up. You watch you make more money. Let me know when you do make more money on this one. See you next time.